Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Well, good. I saw you guys had the fewest rushing yards allowed in any game this season. That's quite a bounce back from the last two games. I guess they were determined to get that shut down, huh?
Yeah, this is just a part of the growth when you change the scheme and you change language. And obviously we have some young players. So, that's part of it. Certainly no one's going to step up and declare everything's fixed. We've got a long journey football to be played. Obviously some challenges that pop away, whether it's being down a couple of corners or now we're obviously dealing with the Micah and D-Law situation. So, this is just part of playing in the NFL and playing a long season. And we know we've got a lot of work to do. It's a big, big win for us. We came off a strong fourth quarter against the Ravens and fought, and back to get in that game and didn't quite get there. But, followed it up with what we feel is a good win against the Giants on the road, divisional opponent. And, they're a good football team.
What are we seeing from Mozzie here? It looks like he's started to come on a little bit, maybe his best game. What improvements have you seen from him?
No question. I think he's one of those guys that, everybody noticed. And, it's hard to get noticed at nose tackle, but he certainly did it. And, I think he's getting a feel for what Coach Zimmer and his staff want out of him. As you start to see it, and when Mike and his group came in and were working through what they needed, in an interior defensive lineman, it fits a lot more with what Mozzie did at Michigan. And certainly we thought a lot of him, enough to pick him in the first round. And I think you're starting to see him, really get comfortable. And I think that's, part of what we're going to keep working through here. As I said, no one's declared anything's fixed by any stretch. We've got a lot of work to do, and, we've got some challenges to work through.
You brought up Tank and Micah. Any more you can add to when they might possibly be able to get back? And then Deron Bland, any more information on his timetable?
Yeah, I think, Micah's going to be week to week. Every player is different, in terms of how their body heals and how they respond. Mike will be week to week, and we'll just, hadn't ruled him out for that matter for this week. But we'll just see how things go. D-Law's probably a little bit longer in terms of how long he'll take. But all these things will be situations, as we get our hands around over the next couple of days, see exactly where, once we get our hands on them and start working with them, Britt Brown, see where they go. And then Deron Bland's making good progress. This will be a big week to see, kind of where he is in terms of, how much longer it will be. Probably not this week, but certainly he's getting closer. And, it'd be great to, when you got two of your top four corners not playing, then you get challenged. But a lot of teams have those challenges in terms of injuries and what they're working through.
When you're down two defensive ends, do you look at just addressing that internally, or would you maybe be more aggressive at trying to add some help at that area?
Well, we're always looking for help. I mean, that goes without saying. But certainly we've got to have some guys internally step up, whether Nealon getting more action. And, of course, he flashes and has shown, making some plays in the game last night. And then you got a guy like Lawson who's been coming along and, felt like he just had some disruptive plays in there. And then, we got Ty Wheat on our team who's now going to see some opportunity, and we'll see what else may be out there.
Stephen, it was pretty clear watching the game last night and then watching it again this morning that you guys were interested in trying to help BB, with Lawrence, which is the right thing to do. I'm interested about Guyton, though.
I think most teams in the league, Brian, if you're a center going against him, they're looking for ways to help the center.
Yeah,
let's be clear about that. That guy's one of the best in the business.
No, absolutely. Yeah, but I was just curious, though, about the thing with Guyton, though. And over 80% of the time he was facing some one-on-one stuff. Is it now hard to help tackles with chips and spacing and stuff like that, just because you get in their way and it hurts them more than maybe, just leaving him one-on-one with those guys?
No, I just think each game plan's a little different, what you're going up against. As you continue to work, with a young Guyton who's just got so many tools to work with and has certainly been outstanding as a rookie out there, but in terms of playing left tackle. But, it's just each game plan's a little different as to whether you, keep more people in and chip more. And, I think it's just week to week. And certainly, we look at our offensive line and look at that as one of the strong points on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we were playing the team yesterday that has some really strong resources tied up in their defensive line with their Burns and Lawrence, and then, of course, their first-round picks. So, that's just, that's what you're going against. We'll play the Commanders as well, and they got a lot of resources in their defensive line. So, as I say, any win in this league is a huge win, especially on the road against a divisional opponent.
Especially when, your starting right guard has to deal with attempted eye gouges to him. That looked pretty tough last night there for Zach, huh?
Well, Zach, these guys, the amount of toughness that they have is just supreme. And it'd make most ordinary men take a huge knee. He kind of jogs off, gets a few eye drops, gets it tended to, and he's back in. So, that's just part of being in the trenches in the NFL. It's not for the faint-hearted.
How are the fans up there for you guys these days? You're not having to deal with any of that, are you?
No, I mean, we've been going up there for 30-plus years, and, they've got a great atmosphere there at MetLife, and I've seen a lot worse to contend with than the Giants fans in terms of – they're great fans, I'm not saying that, but in terms of being a little on the rough and tumble side.
Stephen, I don't know that I've seen more questions about a practice squad elevation than when it comes to Dalvin Cook, but what's your plan with him moving forward?
Yeah, Mike will address that as we move forward. We obviously, that's a big win getting it on a Thursday, and we need the full 10 days right now to just continue to take a look at where we are. We're a work in progress. We know there's nothing perfect right now, but also see that, this team's going to be a team that I think gets better every week and going to have challenges just like we have with our injury situation right now. We'll continue to look at all aspects of our personnel here during this 10-day window, and then, we'll go back to work. We're getting ready to play a hell of a Pittsburgh Steelers team. Nothing but respect for Coach Tomlin. Serve on the competition committee with him. He's as great a football coach as that I've been around in terms of the respect I have for him, and it's going to be all hands on deck against the Steelers.
Yeah, after seeing what Lamar did, how confident are you guys just a couple of weeks later against a quarterback who might not be as fast but can really move the ball with his legs?
Well, like I said, we've got a lot of work to do, and certainly when you got a quarterback who's who they really count on to be an element in the rushing game, which certainly Lamar was, and certainly this guy's doing a hell of a job for the Steelers, and they've always been known. I mean, this division we're playing in the AFC right now with Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Baltimore and Cincinnati. They're it's a tough group, so it's good for us. It'll make us better as a football team in the long haul, but we certainly got our work cut out for us.
Stephen, does it speak to the chemistry and the type of bond and leadership you have in that locker room when you see a guy like Micah Parsons rubbing out a cramp for his teammate there, Trayvon, on the field?
Hey, it's all – these guys are competitors. I know everybody can be critical in terms of the banner that goes on when there's – when you're going through a rough patch. But, I like the makeup of this football team and, really feel like, this is one of those teams that I think is just going to get better and better with each week.
Stephen, I was curious in your scouting meetings when the scouts were talking about Hunter Lipke, did they say that he can do everything that he's doing right now, or is this guy just getting better and better? I know that we've all evaluated his college tape. He's a fine player at North Dakota State, but has he really done more than you even envisioned?
Yeah, we would have drafted him had we known Hunter was going to be Hunter. And Hunter didn't make the team till about the last week the last week before the cut. So he was headed toward a practice squad early, and all he does is keep elevating himself in terms of being a football player who is such an integral part of everything that we do, whether it's special teams, blocking your man, catching the ball, running it on short yardage. He's just been a great asset for Dak and our offensive football team.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Have a great weekend off, and we'll catch up with you next Friday.
Thanks a lot. Always good being on, guys.
Salute. There you go, Stephen Jones here on your home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan.